What's up, everybody? It's Chris from Chris Does Things. Today we're visiting Frontier City for the first time in 2023. It's hard to believe that the last time we did a video was way back during Fright Fest. It's been a long time. I hear there's a lot of changes. Let's go inside and take a look at everything that's changed, maybe ride a couple rides, see some of the food offerings. Let's take a look. All right, first things first. Diamondbacks open. It's been a long time. Definitely need to go ride this one. So I do love the Diamondback. If you're unfamiliar what it is, it's kind of this shuttle launching coaster that you actually have to crawl to the top. Actually, here we go right here in just a second. But you climb to the top of this platform and it's gonna launch the train off the top, down a really short drop into a single loop. And then there goes in the loop. They're gonna land over on the other platform. It's gonna lock them into another mechanism that's going to then launch them backwards. And you basically do the ride over in reverse and land back up here. This is a pretty good ride, especially for a park that's this size. It is a banger though, so definitely have some Advil or ibuprofen or whatever it is that you need. Looks like we're actually gonna come backwards here. Let's take a look at them. There they go down the hill. Up the loop. So cool. So rare to see these anymore in theme parks. So from what I saw from a lot of the pictures, it looks like a lot of updates were done to the facade here heading down to Fort Frontier, especially like some of these window displays. So check this out. We've got some of those paraffin matches. I think that those used to give people cancer, didn't they? Or maybe that was like, what do they call it? Fossy jaw? Whoa. That was a pretty cool light that just kind of went by. I don't know necessarily why it went by, but pretty cool there. Little fake candle effect going on there. Yeah, really nice updated display. Now, one of the things I was really excited to see was that they've added shade to the queue over here at Quick Draw. I don't think it looks like there's a fan underneath it, but this is a much better situation than they used to have in the past. So you're not just going to get absolutely obliterated by the sun. Good job, Frontier City. It also looks like they've extended like some shade down here at the Soaring Eagle. So for those who are waiting in line, and the line can get a little lengthy for this, even though there is an upcharge for the ride. Again, you're not going to get just completely roasted by the sun. And if you're like me and you're kind of follically challenged, if you don't have a lot of hair, I try not to get sunburn. It's kind of a hobby of mine to not get sunburn, but this makes it way easier. So again, good job. So just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at, the Quick Draw is over there. The old Sky Coaster, like where they put the harnesses on you, was here. It actually looks like they've gotten rid of all the wires and motors for the Sky Coaster, but they've also gotten rid of that little stage that used to be right here over the lagoon. But there's some people going down there. My goodness. Is it just me, or was that like a bigger splash than the mystery log flume usually gets off? I don't know, that seemed like a really big splash, but going back to it, it looks like the biggest update they've done, this is as close as we could get. They've replaced all the siding on the old Nightmare roller coaster building. I know a lot of people are kind of speculating that they're going to build a roller coaster in here. I can't imagine that happening because basically you have to get rid of both of the haunted houses that are in there. And where would you put those haunted houses? Sure, you could build an outside haunted house, similarly like you do down by the amphitheater, but I don't think that we're going to get a roller coaster in here. It just seems like that space is already being utilized. But what I do love, they did keep that little piece of the track that has always been there. They did keep that there. I think that they were just kind of like trying to spruce it up so that it looked a little bit better. Here's some of the old siding, so that it looked better than the old siding. But let me know down in the comments, do you think we're going to get a new roller coaster sometime in the near future? Maybe if Six Flags Over Texas gets rid of their indoor roller coaster, are we going to get that put into here? That would be really awesome. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Down at the Opera House, it looks like we've got the World of Magic that's going to be returning for like the 450th year in a row, but that's okay. Dave and the crew do a really good job with that show, so I'm not mad about that. Looks like 2 showings a day, 2:30 and 4, but check this out, a new show, American Rock, at 1 and 5:30. I don't think we're going to be able to see it, so we're going to have to definitely make a return trip. But hey, new entertainment option. All right, so we're down here in the old La Bambas, which used to be my favorite dining option that was here. It was kind of like taco salads and fajitas and things like that. Still haven't brought it back, and by the looks of the arcade machines behind me that completely cover up the windows, doesn't look like we're gonna get a restaurant down here anytime soon. Kind of bummed out about that, but the arcade games look fun. Got Hellboy, some adventures. Oh, Sam from Trick or Treat. Oh my gosh, I would love to win that. So it looks like the top prizes this year in the Keymaster range from a Nintendo Switch, a $200 Amazon gift card, an iPhone, an Echo Studio, or an Oculus. What do you think? Should we play these occasionally just to see if we can like win one of these? Is it a complete waste of money? I mean, we already know the answer to that, but what do you think? Should we try and win one of these sometime this year? All right, so it's no surprise that John Saloon is like my favorite venue in Frontier City, but it's so rarely open. I wish that this was open more often. But on a side note, over here across the street, we've got the Savoy Cafe. But at the same time, they've put a sign in the window that looks like they've moved Sweet Caroline's funnel cakes over here. So we got to make a decision. Like, is this going to be Sweet Caroline's? Is this going to be Savoy? Like, I love the theming. Like, obviously, it's like second to none when it comes to like that Wild West theme. But can we like Frontier City, please? Can we make a decision? Is this Sweet Caroline's or is this Savoy? Another one of my favorite rides in the whole park, the Prairie Schooner. I mean, someone is having a good time on that right now. So some of the biggest news in 2023 is that they've rethemed some of the rides. So if you remember, what is now known as Rolling Thunder used to be the Brain Train, which is this looping, they call it a looping coaster. I guess it's on the track, and I guess you're like in a roller coaster car, but is this really a coaster? I don't know, but yeah, the Brain Train is now Rolling Thunder. Not a terrible name. And then the other ride, they got a new name. This used to be the Dodge 'em bumper cars, but now it's called Rodeo Roundup. They've even painted some of the bumper cars. We'll see if we can go in here and see some of them in a minute to look a little more Wild West, like a Rodeo Roundup. But this is no longer Dodge 'ems, it's the Rodeo Roundup. It's hard to tell, but you can kind of see in this one and in this one that they've kind of got those like brown and white like spots to make them look like cows. It would be really cool if they had horns, but I understand that they don't want anyone to get impaled. But really cool retheme of the bumper cars. Also, I feel like some of this landscaping is brand new. It looks like we've got like an old tractor pull here and some new flowers. They've done a pretty good job keeping up with this. Yeah, this is all definitely got to be new, right? Then trying to keep everyone cool, they got the misters going full blast. I mean, I'm not wet, but I'm definitely cool here. So down here across from the steel lasso, it looks like the smoking section is actually maybe in the process of getting an upgrade. This is definitely a new cover, but looks like they're just trying to upgrade the spaces for those who need to take a smoke break, and who knows, maybe they'll call it something pretty interesting. What would you name the smoking section if you had to name the smoking section at Frontier City? So one of the other changes down here at the steel lasso, I don't know why they did it, but they built kind of this shelter on either side of the ride station. So this is a little bit more enclosed. I don't know if it served the purpose. That steel frame seems like it's going to get super hot during the summer, but I don't know. Maybe it'll act a little bit as a sunshade as well. So just a quick look at the beverage packages. It looks like the all-season teal bottle for 2023. It looks like it's going to be one for $35, two or $33 each, and then if you buy three, they're going to be $30 each. Or if you're just looking for like a one day, like if you're coming for a field trip or you're not going to come many times, it looks like that's going to be $23 for one, and then it's going to be $2 for refills on every single return after that. But if you buy the all-season, refills are going to be free. And some of them still have the Sierra Mist, but a lot of them are already starting to go back over to Starry, which, to be honest, is my new favorite soda. But by a long shot, in 2023, the biggest news of the year is that the Silver Bullet is back open. It's been down periodically for what seems like 4 years, but it's back up and running. We're definitely going to go on this ride, especially, again, new shade cover. I'm going to take new shade cover all the time. The other notable difference here is we've got a main entrance and a Go Fast Pass entrance, but there are literally 4 people in line right now, so this is basically a walk-on. Let's get on the Silver Bullet. So for those who have never seen the Silver Bullet in like complete operation, it has maybe the world's slowest lift hill. It used to get stuck all the time. I think that all the downtime was to kind of alleviate all of that. But once you finally get over that top hill, and it is absolutely coming to a screeching halt, you're gonna go down a drop, I think it's about 88-ish feet, into a single inversion. And off you go. There's a little airtime hill here too. I never actually feel the airtime on it, but we'll see him come down here around and go over it in just a second. There's the airtime hill, into a tunnel, and then through the brake run. Quick look at the Wildcat's wait time since we're already down here, and it's about as far down into the park as you can get. It's a walk-on, baby. And I really love that you can hit like basically the 3 biggest roller coasters in the park back to back to back. So you got the steel Lasso that's way down here, then you've got the Silver Bullet over here, and then you can just come right down here, ride the Wildcat. On days like today, which is just a random Thursday at the very beginning of June, you could walk on all 3 of them, so you could knock them out in about 20 minutes. Pretty awesome. Right now, it looks like the Best of the West Cafe is open, but it looks like it's only open for the seasonal event that they're doing, Viva la Fiesta. So there's going to be some Mexican themes that are in there, even a sign on the door there that says Fiesta Central. So I don't know if they're going to go back to their main menu after Viva la Fiesta is over here in a few days, or if this is just going to become where you get all of the seasonal food booths, because they are planning on doing a lot of different events and seasonal activities throughout the year, which I'm super excited about. I think it's something that Frontier City has definitely needed. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on this, but right now, Best of the West, Viva la Fiesta. Overall, it looks like they've done a lot of great work in the off season here at Frontier City. An amazing amount of paint jobs have happened on signage, on rails, on rides. Pretty spectacular job as far as the actual upkeep of the park. No new attractions this year, but I do like that some of the attractions that are usually down are back open. We saw the Silver Bullet. Let's go take a look at 2 more that are usually closed but are open right now. So historically closed for whatever reason, Renegade Rapids, I can tell just by looking through these slats that we are open, and in fact, here comes some participants right now. Gonna cool down in this heat. Renegade Rapids is such a great ride. I mean, it's a great way to stay cool, especially if the line's not super long, but even if it is, you got all these woods to kind of shade you from the heat, but definitely worth the wait. I mean, even for a Rapids ride, it's a pretty peaceful ride. Actually, we got some riders getting ready to come over here, but you can see just some pretty light splashes. Now, I do know that down in this tunnel, there are some waterfall elements that could get you absolutely soaked if you timed them just perfectly. But for the most part, I mean, that's a great way to cool off in the summer. All right, you've got to the count of 3 to guess what the other ride that's usually closed that is currently open is. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. If you said the Gunslinger, you're right. It's open. So if you can't tell what it's going to do, it basically takes 24 riders that are sitting back to back and kind of puts them on like a spoke of this wheel that's going to spin. Their individual cars will spin, and then the whole ride kind of rotates back and forth. So you are spinning 3 different directions at any given time. This ride will give you an absolute headache if you are kind of averse to spinning rides, but if you like kind of thrill rides, this is about as thrilling as it gets. So I was literally about to walk away from the Gunslinger when I noticed, hey, check this out. This Sidewinder has a new sign. That is amazing. I mean, whoever did the artwork on this, kudos. This is the best new sign I've seen in the park all day. I mean, that ride would absolutely make you dizzy. It would give you a headache. It would do all the things. Me, I kind of like rides like that. So I'm really excited that the Gunslinger's back open. I hope that it stays open. I know that it has a lot of downtime because I think that ride's fairly old, so the parts that are needed to fix it are either hard to get or super expensive. I don't know what the deal is, but it's constantly down needing work. So really excited that that's back up for now. Hopefully it stays up most of the summer. Just looking down towards the Starlight Amphitheater, it looks like they've cleared out all the haunted house facade and wall work that was up there. It does look like there are some barricades set up way down here. Now, I do think that the bad news about that is that I don't think we're going to be getting any concerts for the foreseeable future, if not ever. I think Six Flags has gotten rid of that across the board, which is kind of a bummer because I used to love coming here to go to concerts. We've seen like the Charlie Daniels Band, Theory of a Dead Man, we saw Toby Mac, we've seen some awesome shows here. So I do wish that they would bring that back, but I'm not expecting it anytime soon. What I am looking forward to, though, Fright Fest 2023. It's not going to be too long before we're going down these stairs to get absolutely terrified inside of the Nightmare. All right, so that's going to do it for our first trip out to Frontier City, which is a Six Flags theme park here in Oklahoma City for the year 2023. Amazing work that they really put in the off season. I would have liked to have seen another attraction be added, but I wasn't expecting that. So I am glad that they are investing into the park. No real new merchandise to talk about, no real new food to talk about. So maybe we'll see some of that stuff in some of the future updates. But for now, it's a great first visit to the park. Let me know, have you been to Frontier City this year? Let me know how your trip was down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you.